Hello students and welcome to the e-learning program initiated by Shri Gyan Manju Vidyapit for the students of Standard 10, in which we are learning the subject of English. Students, from today onwards we are going to start with a new chapter in from the book First Flight, that is the main book of the English syllabus. First Flight, chapter number 9. Name of the chapter is Madam Rides the Bus. The chapter is written by Valikanan, and we have studied one of the story of Valikanan earlier also. He is a very good writer, but basically writes in his mother tongue. So it has to be translated into English. So this is a translated version of the original story written by Valikanan, that is Madam Rides the Bus. Now, a very short introduction to the story. This is a very sensitive story. So, right from the beginning of the lecture, please pay attention to what is being said for the explanation of the story. An 8-year-old girl's first bus journey into the world outside her village is also her induction into the mystery of life and death. So, it's a very common thing, but the story has been woven in such a good way that it brings out the not only the writing skill of the author, but it also gives us an insight into the depth of imagination that the writer has used to make a very common story as a very interesting, uncommon, and gives us lots and lots of understanding of the language. So, this is the story of a small girl, only 8 years of age. She is from quite a rural area where the bus comes hardly once or twice in daytime. That means it's quite a far off place, quite a remote area in the village, in the rural area. And we have to be very particular when we are reading and understanding this chapter, because if it is a very small girl and whole of the story is woven around this small girl, then there is something that the author wants to make us learn, not only in the terms of language but also in the terms of life. So this is her first journey outside the village for the first time in a bus. So you can understand the excitement and thrill that this girl must have passed through when she goes out of her village for the first time and rides a bus. At the same time, she encounters certain experience which teaches her some lessons of life and death. She sees the gap between our knowing that there is death and our understanding of it. A very good line written over here. We know it, but we do not understand it. We know it because we have seen lots of death around us in many ways. We have heard about it. So we are aware of it. Sometimes it must have happened in the family also. The girl is too young to understand these things. So this is also one of the first encounter that she has learning. This encounter is about the learning experience which she has got for the first time. So It is not only thrilling, but the way the story is written, it's really enchanting, mesmerizing, because at each and every point we learn something from the girl, because the girl learns something at each and every point. In each and every paragraph, the girl learns something new. At the same time, we learn lots of qualities of the girl which come before us through dialogues, through passages, that is, paragraphs, her understanding, her carrying out the action, the planning behind it. Everything comes to us in small, small dialogues, small, small paragraphs. The girl is learning, at the same time, we are also learning something. What you are learning is the special traits that the girl has developed. I am emphasizing these things right at the start of the chapter. I am trying to lay out the importance of this chapter thoroughly, because the first thing that catches our attention is an 8-year-old girl. And she is the main character of the story. Whole of the story is revolving around her. So, whatever she learns, we have to absorb that. And we have to interpret line by line so that it teaches us the personality traits of that girl, the very sharp observation power of that girl, because it will be very helpful for us for the character building of that small girl. At the end, we have to write a character sketch on the girl. We have to draw a character sketch of that girl. We have to write a pen portrait of that girl. So, it is very, very essential to understand this chapter word by word, line by line. We start with part 9.1. There was a little girl named Valimai, who was called Vali for short. So, we are introduced with a girl. There was a girl named Valimai, who was called Vali for, in short, she was called Vali. That is the pet name at home. The neighbors know, at school also the same name is used. Yes, and South Indian names, they are going to be long, so they are always abbreviated, right? Or they are made short. Pet name is made out of the name. So Wali Ammai, short is Wali. She was 8 years old. So the very first line, we have two information over here. One is the girl, name is Wali, 8 years old, and very curious. These are the four things. These small children, they are very, very curious. हम जानते हैं 5 साल तक घर में भी होता है, यस, आजू बाजू बोलते हैं, बच्चा भगवान होता है, बिकॉज टोटली इनोसेंट, राइट, doesn't do anything purposefully, everything happens by mistake or everything happens on its own. I didn't do anything, right? You can't blame them, right? So up till 5 years they start learning the world, that is their family and the immediate neighbors, the immediate relatives. She comes to know, acknowledge all these things, learn a little bit of learning skills, preschool, etc. So she was just 8 years old and very curious about things. They are very, very inquisitive. They always ask so many questions because they are learning it for the first time. They have lots and lots of questions in their mind and they are very curious. If father is doing something, they'll poke their head over there. If mother is doing something, they'll be over there going around and round around her, not allowing her to do any work. If Didi is doing some work, yeah, brother is doing some work. Yes, pen गायब हो जाएगी, sketch pen गायब हो जाएगी, pages गायब हो जाएंगे, and she'll be curious how these things work, right? So they are very curious about. Same thing, it's applicable for the girl. So one of the first trait that we come across, the first personality trait is you should be curious, and it's very good. जितने क्यूरियस ज्यादा होंगे, जितने इंक्विजिटिव ज्यादा होंगे, जितने ज्यादा जवाब मिलेंगे, उतना नॉलेज बढ़ता रहेगा. एवरीथिंग विल जस्ट गो स्वीपिंग इन डीप इनटू द ब्रेन. So that's a very important personality trait to have. Should be curious, should be inquisitive. Yes, और जब तक जवाब नहीं मिलता पीछा नहीं छोड़ना चाहिए. Right? So she was 8 years old and very curious about things. Her favorite pastime. Now she is a girl, and on top of that, rural area. So we already have a picture of rural area in our mind. Now this picture shifts a little bit because it is in the south of India, right? So we have lots of rain, lots of humidity, right? And lots of greenery also. So school bhi hoti hai, right? So her favorite pastime was standing in the front doorway of her house, watching what was happening in the street outside. घर में होता हो तो पता होता ही है. What is the favorite pastime? This many lines, standing in the front doorway of her house, watching what was happening in the street outside, tells us about another personality trait of hers, and that is observant. Her, she had a very good quality, and that is quietly observing things. She did not speak because she is standing in the front doorway. The front doorway is the main door that we have in the house. That is called the front doorway. So if that is directly opening on the road, then that is the front doorway. Or it can be the gate, right? If, if the house has a boundary, then that has a gate, and she will be always standing at the gate, observing what is happening outside the house. That is another very, very good quality of the girl, a personality trait. Yes, the personality trait is being observant. The personality trait over here is inquisitive or curious. So, in the very first opening paragraph, we have been given two personality traits of the small girl. First thing is she is very much inquisitive. Second thing is she is very, very observant, and that also with an added advantage of being silent observer, right? If you are not silent, you cannot become observant, because your body works when you are talking. So less of the things come inside, because two way, right? So one way should be closed, then only you can be the full recipient of whatever you are observing, and that is a very good trait. You learn a lot. Yes, सामने वाले दादा कैसे चल रहे हैं. Yes, कौन कौन आता है, कौन कौन जाता है, कौन किस टाइम आता है, कौन किस टाइम जाता है, right? She's silently observing things. She's not speaking a word. She's not talking to anyone over there. She just stands there and quietly watches all the actions that are going on outside, right? So quite a good quality over here we find from Wali. Now, one disadvantage that we have, there were no playmates of her own age on her street, and this was about all she had to do. Now, why is she always standing at the gate? She is always standing at the gate because this is the most problematic thing that happens with children. Wherever they are, most of the time they will not find other children of their same age. Children of the same age will be very happy to be with each other because they, in that other child, they find a playmate, they find a friend, they can do lots of things together. Their imaginative power becomes stronger because they exchange idea. अच्छा उसने ऐसा किया मैं करता हूँ, right? So the children, their growth becomes speedier if they are with the same age children. You can take your own example. Yes, all of you are of the same age, studying in the same class. Some might be 6 months older, some might be, say, 7, 8 months younger, but still the same age. But you will not find someone 3 to 4 years your senior in your class, elder to you, right? You won't find that. Why? Because he will be more understanding than you. You are 4 years younger, right? So what happens is people of the children of the same age, they love to be with each other. Now, this is a disadvantage that the girl has, that there is no playmate of her own age on her street, and she has nothing else to do because nobody comes to her house to play with her. She cannot go to anybody's house because there is nobody else of her age to play with. So, what happens is, for her pastime, she has found out a way. So, still, that gives yet another insight in that girl, that the girl has found out activity. Now, this is common among the children, that even if they do not have any toys, then also they will find out a game, they will find out something to play with. कहीं से बॉक्स ढूंढ लेंगे, बॉक्स के ऊपर बॉक्स रखेंगे, they will do anything, they will just find out something to play with. So that is not uncommon. But here again, she's making a very good use of her time. She stands and she watches the street and learns a lot from whatever is happening outside on the street. But Wally standing at the front door was every bit as enjoyable as any of the elaborate games other children play. That tells us about one more quality, or one more trait, personality trait that she has. Even when she has nothing else to do, she is just passing time, standing at the gate. Yet, she is so much engrossed in it and she so much enjoys it, that it is considered equivalent to any of the games played by lots of children of the same age or of her same age. There might be second, third street, or somewhere in some of the houses, children living nearby might get together and they will be playing all their elaborate games, games that they have made up, or games taught by the elders. They will be playing those games and trying to learn and become an expert more and more. Here the same thing is happening. Yes, those children will be engrossed in their play. Those children will be so much excited in whatever they are playing. Those children will be learning lots of tricks of the game. Same thing she is doing over here. She just stands over there, but she is so much engrossed in the activity she is doing of observing whatever is happening on the street. She is so much engrossed, she is so much enjoying it, that everything falls in a pattern in the mind. She learns from that. Watching the street gave her many new, unusual experiences. She is learning lots of lessons of life by standing over there. That's an added advantage. Her disadvantage has been turned into an added advantage. She is learning lots of new experience by just standing over there, by being observant silently without talking to anyone. She just watches whatever is happening in the street. And lots of things keep on happening. किसी से कोई गलती हो गया है, the girl is watching it. They also come to know that a girl is watching it. लेकिन बच्चा है, हाँ ठीक है, गलती हो गया, बच्चे ने देख लिया, गिर गया था चलते चलते, कुछ नहीं था. Only that thing has happened. Yes, but they will ignore because only a child is seeing it. Yes, no adult is there to make fun of them. So, in this way, she's learning quite a lot of experiences over there. The most fascinating thing of all was the bus that traveled between her village and the nearest town. The most fascinating thing, the most interesting thing which excited her was the coming and going of the only bus that arrived in that small village, which goes, the best stop she knows is that bus goes to the nearest town, traveled between her village and the nearest town. So we can understand that she is a very observant girl and she knows the timing of that bus. So whenever it is the time of the bus, she is going to stand over here and she will be waiting for the bus. She will wait for the bus to come from the town to her village. The bus will be empty in the village, and again the bus, according to the timetable, will again get boarded by passengers, and the bus will move from the village to the nearest town. She knows both the timings, from town to village and from village to town. Then what is she looking over there? Why is she waiting for the bus? It passed through her street each hour, once going to the town and once coming back. So it was a shuttle. So every hour the bus came from the nearest town to the village and from the village to the town. So every hour the bus will come to the town and go back. So she's waiting for that. Once going to the town and once coming back. The sight of the bus filled each time with a new set of passengers, with a source of unending joy for Wali. For Wali, the bus was a never ending experience, excitement that filled her. Because every time the set of passengers that can be seen from the window will be different. So she is seeing lots of new faces coming from town to village. She is seeing lots of familiar faces. She doesn't know them, they doesn't know her. But she is continuously watching the people seated in the bus. If they come 2 times, 3 times, again and again, she is certainly going to recognize, yes, I have seen the face. Right? So, the sight of the bus, filled each time with a new set of passengers, was a source of unending joy for Wali. To look at faces, to learn the emotions that are expressed on the faces, to learn the feelings that are expressed on the faces, it's a joy she never missed. Day after day, she watched the bus, and gradually a tiny wish crept into her head and grew there. So, every day she stands over there, and hours on end she would wait over there till the bus comes and goes. And every day on day after day, she kept on watching the bus. And as she kept on watching the arrival and the going away of the bus, departure of the bus from the village to the town, every day by looking at the bus, slowly, a small wish, a tiny wish, started creeping into her conscious mind. What is there? And it started growing. She wanted to ride on that bus, even if it was just once. Because she has seen lots of happy faces on the bus. It was a novel experience sitting in the bus. She never had seated on that bus or on any public transport. So it came as a small wish, but slowly, that wish turned into a strong desire. That is the meaning of grow. Grew there. Grew there, it started developing. First, just an idea came to her mind. Second, another time the idea came to her in mind. Then the wish turned into desire. Now she had a very strong desire that at least once I want to sit on that bus. I want to enjoy the journey. I want to feel the experience of traveling on the bus, as did the rest of the people sitting in the bus. This wish became stronger and stronger until it was an overwhelming desire. The wish, first it was an idea. Once the idea crept in, it's quite difficult to remove an idea from the mind. And the more you try to push it away, the more it gets stronger and stronger. Right? You people know it better than anyone. Right? Because everything comes to as an idea in the mind for you people, and then that idea has to become reality by hook or by crook. You are an expert in both the things, right? So this wish became an overwhelming desire that must be fulfilled. So an idea becoming a wish, wish turning into desire. Until, okay, Wally would stare wistfully at the people who got on and off the bus when it stopped at the street corner. We know these buses, right? On the highway they don't stop, but when they come near the town village, yes, people request the bus conductor to stop the bus, otherwise they will have to come all the way back from the bus station, right? They might have luggage, etc. And the bus also has regular stops once they enter the village or the city or town, right? So the bus stopped near her house, and that was a bus stop over there. So people got on the bus, people got off the bus, and she watched very wistfully whatever the passengers that came off the bus and passengers that boarded the bus. Wally would stare wistfully at the people who got on and off the bus when it stopped at the street corner. Their faces would kindle in her longings, dreams, and her hopes. Every day she used to see the faces of the people boarding the bus or coming out of the bus at the street corner near the at the bus stop, and then she would look at those faces. There will be lots of different expressions on those faces. People are unaware of it, but your faces reveal the truth. You are come from quite far off, and this is your village. When you step down from the bus, you have a feeling of satisfaction after a long journey. You have come home. So the feeling on your face is going to be quite satisfactory. You are very excited. You are going to meet your family. So the expression on the face will be quite different. Somebody has gone to the nearby town and come back with the second round of the bus. Yes, he has full day ahead of him and he has lots of work to do. So he will be in a hurry. Expression will change over there. That is what the girl is looking. There will be a child who has traveled for the first time in that bus. When he gets down, he doesn't want to get down. He again wants to have a ride. He'll be crying, laughing, saying tata goodbye to unknown faces on the bus. That is the feeling expression she is very keenly observing. She also wishes one of that expression on her face. So, what happens in the dreams? All the thing that happened during the day comes back in the night in the form of dreams, and she is dreaming it. What is she doing? The faces would kindle in her longings. Whenever she longed whenever she longed, or whenever there was a strong desire of sitting in that bus, having a ride in that bus, the faces of the people would flash back. The faces she has seen, that will flash. So it's going to kindle her mind. They are going to come in the dreams and hopes. She hopes to have a ride on that bus one day. So she dreams of herself sitting in the bus near the window, looking outside, and some small girl like herself standing near the main gate, staring back at her. That is, she herself sees herself in her dreams, one sitting in the bus, another standing at the gate. So she reflects that in the dream. If one of her friends happened to ride the bus and tried to describe the sights of the town to her, Wally would be too jealous to listen and would shout in English something. So, if one of her friends, whenever they met, if one of them would have traveled in the bus and would describe the journey, describe the experience, describe the joy, she would become so jealous that because they are able to ride the bus, whereas she has such a strong desire to ride the bus, yet she doesn't get any opportunity to ride the bus. She becomes so jealous, doesn't allow the other friend to talk and describe the journey. She shouts in English something. Proud, proud. She must have heard the word, captured the word somewhere, because she doesn't know the meaning of proud. So she must have heard that word in English, proud, proud, must have grasped the word, its pronunciation, and she repeats the word loudly by shouting it so that to shut off what the other person is saying or the friend is saying, she shouts, proud, proud. Neither she and to her advantage, her friends also really did not know what that word meant. But she is saying that in English, a word, right? So it should mean something. So the rest of the friends understand that she knows the word, right? Nobody knows that she also doesn't know the meaning of the word. She shouts in English so that she is listened to, right? So here we have another trait of Wally, jealous. Another trait, overwhelming desire. That is also can be considered as a positive trait if you are doing for something good, can be considered a negative trait if whatever you are going to do is not good, right? So here we come in this paragraph, we come across two of the traits. One is an overwhelming desire which needs to be fulfilled, right? So a trait over here can be called stubborn, right? It can be called stubborn because she wants to fulfill whatever desire she has, and she has made up her mind, right? So it's nothing bad here in this story. It's just a small girl, right? She's not doing something that she should not do. It is just any child's wish, any child's strong desire to ride a cycle, ride a motorcycle, have fun with speed, ride in a car, ride in a bus, ride aeroplane. So these are any common wish of the child, right? But a child will never go at a length to complete those desires. So uh, that will come when we advance in the chapter, that she does everything to fulfill her wish, right? All in all, she has done nothing wrong. But this is certainly, jealous is certainly a negative trait, and it should not be there. Yes, she doesn't want to listen to somebody who has had the same experience, right? She's not ready to listen to her, right? So this is not good. On top of that, she shouts and doesn't allow her friend to say something, right? So it can be considered as a negative trait. And but they used it often as a slang expression of disapproval. She nor her friend really understood the meaning of the word, but they used it often as a slang expression of disapproval. When they disapproved of anything, all of them used it because somebody must have captured it, the girl has captured it, and she speaks it, repeats it, shouts it. So everybody now knows the word. So they might be using that word to express their disapproval of something. Right here, what is the disapproval? Wally does not like somebody describing their experience about the ride in the bus that they had. So, over many days and months, Wally listened carefully to the conversation between her neighbors and the people who regularly use the bus. So, she has taken lots and lots of days and careful observation. She is a very good listener. With the help of these few lines, we come to conclusion that listen, listening is a trait. You should always be a good listener. Half of you are not. You should be, as a child, you should be a very, very good listener. The more you keep quiet and more you listen, more you know. But most of the children, they will not be good listeners because they cannot stop themselves from jumping in middle of the conversation, asking on the spot whatever questions they have. And these small children, they will be very frank. To mothers, if they are talking and the children are with them, the children will get bored. They will show their boredom right in front of the two mothers. Right? So, they are not good listeners. They should not be. Right? They should be always active. But at the same time, they should be good listeners. Right? Good listeners, they give out yet another trait of concentration. You should be focused and concentrated when you are a listener. When you are listening, if you are focused and concentrated, then only you can be able to listen, grasp, understand whatever is being said. So, for many days and months, Wali quietly listened when people came out of got down from the bus. Neighbors are talking. Yes, tomorrow I have to go at 9 o'clock. Yes, I have to take the 9 o'clock bus and go to the town. Or yesterday I came at 3 o'clock from the town. Yes, she quietly listens to the conversation. She doesn't speak a word. Here also we come to yet another personality trait is she doesn't interfere in others' matters. Neighbors are talking, it's not her work to disturb over there and ask somebody, why did you go over there? For her, the bus is more important and not the person who had taken the bus to go from the village to the town or come back from town to village. So she's very, very sure of whatever she is thinking, unnecessarily doesn't jump in somebody's conversation, doesn't disturb them, quietly listens and tries to know. You will get lots of information if you are a good listener. She quietly listens over there, right? Yesterday I went with my kid to the town. I paid 2 rupees, right? So she comes to know that if one mother and child are traveling, then it costs 2 rupees. Without saying a word, if you are a good listener, you came to know about the information. Again, another two neighbors are talking. Yes, my child goes free because he is just 2 years. We know the standard rules, right? Certain age children, and the tickets are not to be taken. Yes, they travel with the mother free of cost. So she is a good listener, and she knows that if you are traveling alone, if you are a child traveling alone, you got to pay. But if you are traveling the mother, you are less than 5, you don't have to take the ticket or half ticket, whatever. Below 5, 10, 8, whatever the rules and regulations in different states, that would be different. So, quietly listening, she comes to know about lots of information. I went to town and I went to Mina Bazaar. Then she comes to know in the nearest town there is a bazaar called Mina Bazaar. I went to the town and went to the biggest merchant of utensils. She comes to know there is a big shop where utensils are sold. So just quietly listen. You'll gather lots of information. So over many days and months, Wali listened carefully to the conversation between her neighbors and the people who regularly use the bus. And wherever permitted, yes, बाजू में आंटी रहती है सामने आंटी रहती है yes, this is a normal conversation between children and the elders living around, and sometimes the children ask, the other person just answers. So whenever permitted, she might, in order to clarify the thought in the mind, she would inquire. So she also asked a few discrete questions here and there. Yes, so that why discrete? With the discrete means in such a way that the other person doesn't know what you are thinking. Yes. So in this way, very discreetly, without the other person knowing what you are thinking, just ask few questions here and there. You get your information in bits and pieces, then you can join them and your information is complete. Rather than asking the mother, ask the child, was your ticket taken? The mother is not bothered by that question, right? The child may answer, may not answer. Yes, usko kya pata kitna ticket hai ye, but at least he will answer, yes, meri ticket le, right? The Wali knows what is her age and what is the child's age, so she can conclude something. So this is how discrete questions are asked here and there, which do not have any connection, so the person opposite will easily answer, and lots of information will be gathered by Wali. So she was very good at collecting information discreetly. Right? Collecting information discreetly is a very, very good personality trait. It keeps you informed and updated. You don't speak a word. Just listen to the two students who are sitting at the back. Yes, yesterday I went and bought this rough book. It cost me 20. Other one says 20 में थोड़ी मिलती है, 15 में मिलती है. तुमको उल्लू बना दिया. You're just listening quietly. You come to know that the 20 rupees bought by the book bought by the one student really cost 15 rupees. So when you go to the stationery shop, you will ask for a 15 rupee book directly. So you are not cheated. The shopkeeper comes to know that you are already aware of the price. So there are no chances the shopkeeper can cheat you. Right? So collection of information discreetly is a very, very good personality trait. But for that, you have to keep silent. That's not possible, right? You cannot keep silent. You want always to make noise, right? So, other people gather information from you discreetly, right? So, learn to keep silent where you have to be silent. This way, very, very important thing is the last line of whatever is on the screen. This way, she picked up various small details about the bus journey. Bits and pieces. She was in no hurry. She had lots and lots of days, weeks, months. Right? She did not go to her parents and say, come on, chalo, leke jao. So we see that even if the desire is there, a very strong desire is there, right? But she doesn't put it, she doesn't implement it, she doesn't want it immediately. First, she gathers information, whatever she wants. So, she will ask questions here and there to somebody, anybody who has taken the journey. टाउन से विलेज पहुंचने में कितना टाइम लगता है? It's a very common question. The girl is not asking anything. She's just asking how much time the bus takes from the town to the village. So the other person is going to answer it. But that is one piece of information collected by Wally. The bus takes this much time from the village to the town and from the town to the village. Because you need to come back to your village, right? So how much time is it going to be for to and fro? By just asking a small question, she got a little bit of information. So bits and pieces information she collected and then put up the whole scene. The town was 6 miles from her village. So this is the information she collected slowly, slowly. Somebody might not be knowing the distance. So she will have to ask the same question to lots of people, different people, right? Somebody might be knowing, hi, it is 10 kilometers. Here it's written mile. Mile is always longer than kilometer, right? So the town was, this is the information she got, that the town was 6 miles from her village. That means 6 miles going, 6 miles coming back. So, students, will stop over here for the day. Thank you.